Russell Selman. I'm with the Coastal Living team. I'm also a veteran. I was in the Navy for 7 years as a corpsman, and I was mostly stationed with the Marine Corps.
Hi, I'm Jason Casera. I was in the Army for 20 years, from 96 to 2016. I'm a local guy. Graduated from Calhoun High School in 96 and took off for the Army, and we moved back in 2016 and been here since.
Hi, my name is Christopher Haig. I was in the Navy, medically retired at 12 years. I'm currently here in Corpus as a business owner for Phoenix Technology Consulting.
I know for me it's completely different. Then I shrugged it off, and I had to, and it happens. Now it hits me so much harder.
I feel I've got to be the rock for everybody else, right? Because that just seems my role, you know, and that somebody's got to be it, right? And I don't think like anybody else has that same background that I do to be that rock.
I knew it was a mechanism, that it was me, a way of dealing with it, but not dealing with it. But now it's definitely starting to hit.
I've had a couple of buddies that I was in the Army with at Fort Hood that have taken their lives since we've all gotten out, and that's just hit me like a ton of bricks. Because you always are thinking like, why? Like this guy seemed like he was doing fine, or he had it good, or whatever. And then you have this massive regret of not reaching out. That happens every time. You're like, man, I should have called that guy at some point, or whatever, you know. And we lost touch, and then you find out they die. So for me, yeah, the last probably 2 years, it's just gotten heavier and heavier. You always kind of miss something back home.
It definitely does play a difference in how you progress, I think, you know, of how important, you know, it is, you know, when you are, the people rely on you, not just, you know, your shipmates, your battle buddies, but, you know, your family that you end up having behind during deployment.
So I had guys that would come out of the woodwork and want to talk to me about their issues and things going on, or they missed their wife, or their wife was cheating on them, or this and that, or someone stole, like, you know, their home while they were deployed. And I kept thinking like, man, I'm glad I just have a girlfriend, because nothing stops at home just because you deploy.
You know, if you do lose someone and they are out, that's gotta hit really hard. And it's really hard for, you know, because when you're in the military, you are a family. So those friends that are still in and not retired, and they go overseas and something happens, and just feel it's tougher to deal with now, I think, for me. I think the relationship between regular people and military changed drastically after 2001. As we came back, it went from like nobody cared that I was in the military to like all of a sudden it was like, wow.
Free steak dinner?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. There's kids now who are 18, 19 years old who are deploying to Afghanistan. You know, like kids who were born after 9/11 who have gone to Afghanistan. That's a trip, you know. But so it's basically, we have a generation of veterans now, and probably so many veterans that you would never really have thought about like years and years ago. I was reading earlier that the VA's budget has more than quadrupled over the last like 20 years. There's so many of us.
That's also the weirdest thing for me.
Yeah.
It almost still is today, is people coming up saying thank you for your service.
I still am just figuring out how to respond to that.
And everything we train for, everything we do, and when it comes to that moment, it's validating everything that you've been doing, right? So it's that reassurance that, yep, I am who I am, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and having that validation. You know.
And that's it for our Veteran Roundtable. Thank you for watching part 3. I hope you enjoyed the whole series of this, and we look forward to doing it again.